What's up guys? So today I'm going to the skate park for the first time. Well, kind of. So what I mean by that is I've been to 2 other skate parks in the past, but that was closer to the time when I started skateboarding. So now I've been skating for around 5 months and I've improved since last going to the skate park. But the thing is, I've been skating in parking lots and on the streets, and that's great, there's nothing wrong with that. But in my mind, skating at a skate park just seems completely different. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous, but excited at the same time. But I'm excited to be sharing this experience with you guys. So I will see you guys at the skate park. Let's go! So I went to YBF skate park in Bryanston, but I actually didn't land up filming anything because I just wanted to get a feel for the park, and I felt like I wouldn't have been able to enjoy the park as much with filming as well. First off, jeez, are you guys done? So I'm just going to explain my experience and share what was going through my head when going to the skate park for the first time. And I'm also going to give you guys a few helpful tips to help when going to the skate park for the first time. So this is my experience in a quick summary. So we arrived there and it was pretty packed, the park, which was quite intimidating at first. But we walked in, we paid entrance, we walked into the park, we just looked around, saw who was around us and what obstacles were there, just to understand where everyone was going and what everyone was doing. So we did that, and first look at the park was great. There was a few different obstacles, didn't have any idea how to ride most of them, but we tried for sure. And yeah, it was a great time. I really enjoyed the experience. It was just great to go to a park, you know, because in South Africa we don't really have many parks around. Well, we do, but we don't normally go to them, and I feel like after this we're going to start going to more parks in the future, which is great, so I'm excited for that. It was a clean park, it was safe, it was great. I recommend anyone to go if you're interested in finding a skate park in Joburg. I had a great experience, but that's how it went. So let's get into the tips. So tip number 1 is wear a helmet. So when I started skateboarding, the first few months I wore a helmet. I don't wear one now, and I'll explain to you why. So I used to wear a helmet when I started skateboarding, and there's nothing wrong with that. I felt like I needed the extra confidence and I didn't want to hurt my head, and that's just how I felt, and that's completely okay if anyone else feels that way. Don't be afraid to wear a helmet, no one's gonna judge you. You do what you want, you do you. Protect your head, don't be an idiot. But now, I'm an idiot because I don't wear a helmet anymore, because I just feel like it restricts me, and when I go out skateboarding, I don't wanna have to mission and carry my helmet around and wear it, and it's uncomfortable. And it's a stupid mindset to have, don't think like me, but that's just how I see it now, and I enjoy skateboarding for the freedom, and I feel like a helmet is restricting me in a way, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's tip number 1, wear a helmet and don't be embarrassed to wear it. So the second tip is find the starting points. So this one will come over time, but you have to figure out where the starting points are for the skate obstacles. So what I mean by this is there are certain locations where people stand before skating an obstacle. You don't want to be in the way because you don't want to annoy anyone. That's the last thing you want to do. The best way to not be in the way is to just not stand in the way of any obstacles. That was a tongue twister. So tip number 3 is drop in and go. You don't want to be standing in the way with your board right on the ramp ready to drop in, and then only go when you're ready to go. Prepare yourself mentally, stand back, don't get in people's way, and then go when you're ready. You don't want to just be standing there and bother other people because they can't go because you're in the way, being indecisive, you know? So just move out of the way and go when you're confident. That's all it is. Take your own time with it. Just don't get in anyone's way. It's as easy as that. So the 4th tip is to find a safe space for practicing flat ground tricks. So apparently you're not supposed to practice flat ground tricks at the skate park. And it makes sense because you're not using any of the obstacles there, and that could bother people because you're going to get in someone's way. So maybe just practice in the parking lot outside the skate park. That will be easier. And number 5 is don't wax anything if you're not using the obstacle you're waxing. I don't know why this would be a tip for beginners, because beginners aren't going to be using any of the obstacles that require wax. But if anyone has the urge to play with the wax and put it on any obstacle, don't do it because it will affect how the obstacle will be used. Tip number 6 is don't occupy obstacles. So basically, don't sit or set up your camera or put any of your possessions on any of the obstacles, because you don't want your stuff to be in anyone's way. So just be aware of if you're bothering anyone. That's actually kind of the main point of this whole video. So just don't bother anyone, just be aware of if you're annoying anyone. Tip number 7 is fall and move. If you fall, get up and get out of the way as quickly as possible. It doesn't actually matter how injured you are, make the attempt to get out of the way, because you're actually the one in danger if you're lying in the middle of the skate park. If you're lying in the middle of the skate park, someone could easily ride into you, and that's not going to be a fun experience. So just try get out of the way as quick as possible. And the final tip number 8, is if you want to avoid people and have space to do what you want, go early. You can literally just ignore all of the rules that I've just given you and do what you want because you have the park to yourself. So go in the morning if you want space to do what you want. So those are all the tips that I've got for you today. Sorry for such a short video. I had something else planned. I was meant to film at the skate park, but I didn't actually film, as I explained earlier in the video. So I'm sorry about that. I am keen to film other skate videos in the future, so look forward to those videos. But for now, this is what you get, so I hope you enjoy it. And if you did enjoy it, please like the video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Cheers.